Right, today we're very privileged to have in studio here at Sport24, ex-Springbok, current Supersport commentator Breyton Paulse, obviously the man who invented the Bola Makisi. We're just going to chat to him today and get a few questions, get to know Breyton a little bit better. Did you ever in your career feel like a quota player?
I think, yeah, always. Obviously, quota system has been a sensitive issue, ever since I started playing rugby. First of all, I went to Stellenbosch University, and at the time I was the only player of colour in the whole side. And I must say, the guys around me, all the Burkis and the guys from around, always made me feel at home. But I think because of the time I had the talent and the skill, I was a little bit maybe fast-tracked into the Western Province setup. And when I got selected for the Western Province setup, I felt a little bit uncomfortable because at the time I knew I was probably maybe good enough, but I was not ready yet. And I think that's where the fine line is, on how you fast-track players or how you develop players of colour into the system. So it was the only time when I really felt a bit uncomfortable. But coming from a farm background, I think as a player of colour, you have to earn respect. You have to make sure that you do deserve there. You must feel comfortable in a team setup. And I think times have really changed from when I started. I mean, when I started, I remember guys like Tinus Lanier and Chester Williams. They were probably the pioneers, and then I came about. So I was fortunate to be long in the setup. Played 64 tests, which was really, really special for me. So if you play more than 50 games for your country, it says a lot. And there were tough times when we went overseas as a Springbok teams. I remember me and Dion Kaiser, we always had to answer those questions, about quota and what's happening in South Africa, the politics. So it wasn't always easy as a player because, as we know, as African rugby, it's not just rugby. There's a lot of things off the field, and I think that throughout my career, I learned a lot about how to handle certain things, and there were controversial times. I've been talking about Stahldraht and all those kind of things. We can talk about it all day. But I had a fabulous career. I mean, when I look back, the game did wonders for me. It was awesome to me. I've been blessed with a lot of great games which I could play in, and I made a lot of mates through rugby. And especially to the young kids out there. If you want to become a rugby player, you're going to have to work out. You're going to have to sacrifice, and it's very important that you don't let those distractions, things like the quotas and off-the-field stuff distract you as a player, because it's important to stay focused on what you want to achieve. I mean, when I went to Stellenbosch, I was a little guy, and some people said I will never make it, but in my mind, I just knew that I wanted to be there.
What's the history with the Summer Sultan? Were any of your coaches ever a bit nervous about you injuring yourself?
Yeah, some was, thank you. Let me just take you back where the Summer Sultan of the Bola Makisi started. Growing up as farm boys, we used to play after school. We played rugby, cricket, soccer, all kinds of sports on the farm. And there was a little big open field which we all used to play on. And amazingly, we were a lot of boys. We were probably like 20, 25 boys playing with each other, rugby and all these kind of games. And one day, some of the guys just started doing these Bola Makisis. So it became natural. So we all just started doing it. And when I scored my third try against Italy, I was so overwhelmed. And it's almost like a flashback just came into my mind, and I had to do something. It was just a special day for me. And then the Bola Makisi started coming, but obviously I only left it for the big games, like Karika finals or big Springbok games. I wasn't going to do it just because for the sake of doing it. But like I said as well, some coaches were a bit worried about it. They were nervous because you can easily break something, especially when the field's slippery. But all in all, I mean, people around the country always love me doing it. Except the old tunnies, when I get to the airports and stuff, they always say, "Breyton, jy gaan jou nek breek, jy moenie dit doen nie." So, but it was good fun. It was all in the spirit of the game, and I think it's been a trademark of mine for a long time.